Hello everybody, welcome along. It is time for Season 3 of the JACKOCAR Cup Series here in Australia for Round 1. I'm your commentator Owen Wyatt, with me is Jacko. We're back in the saddle for the F1 stuff, can't wait.
Yeah, where do we start, Owen? So many new things to talk about, new drivers, tracks we've not been to before. Just so excited. But I think everyone's been excited since we finished in Brazil last season, but now time has come, as you say.
I think it is probably the most exciting season yet. I mean, it's getting better and better and better. We've really got a lot of good drivers this season, as we always do. But it just feels so fresh going in, and I think the F2 stuff gave us a little preview of some of the drivers that we'll be seeing this time. But yeah, it feels nice to have a season opener at Australia. F1 could never, you know? We're the only ones that know how to do it. So yeah, we're going to try and do a good Australia season opener. It's always a good race around here. And yeah, very much looking forward to seeing how everybody gets on.
Yeah, damn right. Let's just run you through a few of the names that are joining us. Matt Bode is a reserve driver, but very, very fast. You got Cadgeman, Jake O'Sullivan, fast driver. Flexi, fast. Brandon Wilson, fast. Matt Red, fast driver. Corey and Cam from reserves last season, as well as Khalifa, fast. So anybody can win this title this season. But this is the very beginning of it.
I'm sure a few people who've been here from back when we were all doing ILR stuff will recognise quite a lot of these names. We're slowly morphing into early ILR days, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's nice to see these names here on the leaderboard once again. People like Brandon, Sam, all that. Good to see everyone. And yeah, I just can't wait to get this started. We're going to be waiting for Matter, I believe, will be first out onto the track.
And you've got a few liveries to look through.
Yes, I have not been looking at these liveries. You all know I like the liveries. And yeah, I wanted to have it be a surprise. We won't get Jordan's though, because he's left. So that's a shame.
Jordan's actually is a throwback to Season 1, if you remember that.
Ah, right, so I kind of already know what it will be. And the green.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see that when we see that. But here comes the first driver then. We've got the Matter. Let's see, what do we got?
He teased this to us last night. Team Speed colours with a bit darker blue.
Are we going to have this theme again with Team Speed?
I think we might.
Everyone's Team Speed here, isn't it? It's just, who isn't a Team Speed these days? But yes, first livery then of the new season. Shame the camera can't see it. There we go.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah, don't forget, there's a new eSports team out, which is ERT. So
yes,
I think a couple of those guys are running ERT colours, which is also blue, but a darker blue.
So that means that the Matter are doing darker blue. Problem.
Darker blue mixed with Team Speed light blue. He hasn't made his mind up yet.
I see. Maybe he's waiting on our decision.
Although he has recently joined Team Speed.
Well, he survived turn 12 on the idle lap. We all know that turn 12 is... Everyone's here waiting to watch turn 12. It's forever the horrendous corner that we all know it to be, and we all love it for it. I'm sure you've crashed there many times. I've certainly crashed there many times.
Yes.
And yeah, we really should have had a counter actually, how many people will crash it today, but I'm sure some clever person will be counting. I won't. We're going to be focusing on slightly more important numbers. And that is lap time. So let's ride on board then for a lap around Albert Park. First DRS zone of the lap, down towards turn 3. Yes, it's technically the second time used DRS on the lap, but yeah, main straight technically it starts before the lap begins. I've seen some people say that actually the DRS zone turn 12 is the first one, because that's where the first DRS section point is. I never thought DRS zones would be so complicated, but there you go. Matter pushing the track limits, but keeping it all good so far. Obviously purple in the first sector because no one else has set a first sector. We will see the same for the middle and the final sector as well. So we'll keep an eye on his time, then we'll be able to compare it when others do their laps. As matter 48.2 middle sector. Obviously the issue with turn 12 is hitting that second curve and going wide and spinning. That's what does it. Very difficult to avoid once you've got it wrong. It's very difficult to get it right 100% of the time, so it will be very interesting to see if they all manage to make it through. But he has made it. He's done the full lap matter, and now all he has to do is round the final corner. That corner is more difficult than you might actually think. As he comes to the line and matter, it's a 19.9. Is it any good? I have no idea, but the car ahead of him has been off the track. Who's that? That would be Cashman.
And Cashman is actually on his lap, so...
Yeah, it's not gone well.
I think what he needs to do is just complete it. At least get a time on the board, because there will be invalidations here.
So that would mean we can move on to Sam then.
We'll come back to
otherwise
Jake.
known as Flexi. And I have seen this livery already. It's very nice. I don't know if I can call it the best one or not. I believe he earned this one legit as well, this livery, which is extremely important, as we've mentioned many times, so he gets extra points for that.
What we say, an extra 10 playoff points perhaps?
Well, it depends how far he is off at the end of the season. I might just add them off. Add them on if he needs them. But yes, he's got the purple car then, magenta purple, whatever you want to call it. He's clearly doing that so he can light up the screens purple, which he did in the first sector, but hasn't quite done in the middle sector, and he's sliding about. Nearly became the first casualty at turn 12, but has kept it all facing in the right direction. Wasn't purple in the middle sector, it was only a couple of hundreds off Matter's time, so expect this to still be in the 19s. It's just all about if he can get the last sector right or not, so we'll find out as he comes through those last two corners now to finish the lap. DRS enabled. He's going to derate. That's something that people might have to be looking out for today, if they can derate, and that might well have cost him lap time. Indeed it has. He goes second, nearly 4/10 of the pace.
And Jake went third. He did complete that lap. They put in a 1:37. But next up is Brandon in this green, black and pink car. I said on Monday that you wouldn't like this car, but I think I might be wrong.
You're right.
Oh, I am right. Okay.
Yep. Maybe it's one of those ones I'll grow to like. For some reason it reminds you of Gamu, and it's no fun if he's not the one doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course we're excited to see what Gamo can come up with in the Kia series starting next month, February 9th.
But nah, in fairness actually, it is an alright livery. I'll probably warm to it. But we'll see if the lap time's good. We'll see if the lap time's good. Maybe if it gets a good lap time then we can sort of allow its existence. It's not a good lap. Third fastest, 7/10 of the pace. Right.
Now,
Matt
Red looks similar to the Toyota car that J-Luke ran in Monza last year.
Carbon copy, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Well, either way, it's a nice car. He might have swapped the red and the black around.
Yeah, something's happened.
Something's wrong with it. Well, I'll say wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just different to what we saw Jamie do. But it is very nice. We like this livery style. Oh, he's not happy through turn 12 though at all. He had a proper big lift through there.
He's been complaining all week about this track, along with Brandon and a couple of other drivers actually. Turn 12 may well take Red Matt with him and put him into that inside wall.
You see, this is why I'm not allowed to race anymore, because I would be part of the team complaining and you would get sick of it. So here comes Red
Matt. Like
Matt.
you to complain.
I know, yeah.
Red Matt's the line.
Second.
P2. That is the last of our rookies.
Next up, unbelievably, has made it through turn 12. Corey is still alive here, Jacko. And looks to have some sort of a... Is that, what, a camo livery? Red Bull 2018?
Red Bull, yeah, you've got it. And what we should also add about this one is Corey is today's one and only Joker driver.
Is what? Oh! Well, I said it was a difficult corner and he's bottled the lap. I feel we should have a JACKOCAR bingo from now on, you know? Because, I mean, things like this are just inevitable when you think about it. Oh dear.
Unbelievable.
What a mess. No, I have a feeling you might like this livery from Cam.
I like the orange bits.
Well, obviously, there was quite the theme, wasn't there? About, what was it, a month ago when we had the whole One Hub and JACKOCAR colour swap. It appears Cam has allegiances to both leagues. So he's gone for both colours.
I respect that. But notice how the orange is much more prominent on the start.
Obviously, yes. But the shiny bits are purple.
That's key.
I wonder, I'm sure Nick will take that one, you know, as Cam goes fifth.
I hope Nick's listening. Right,
here's...
where is he? Khalifa.
Can't see this livery yet. We're only seeing the onboard, and all I can see on that is white. I'm sure it isn't all white. There we go, a bit more
Bahrain
colours.
white and Bahrain red.
Lovely. That's much better from the other side.
Back to full time, Owen. Of course, he took last season out as a reserve driver after finishing P2 in season 1.
Yeah, he didn't take that
heartbreak
very
well. He is a contender once again.
Didn't take that heartbreak too well. Hopefully he's going to set it right though this time as he comes to the line. We're expecting P1. Of course it's P1. We know how good he is. One man we really don't know much about because half the time we see him we think he's invalidated.
Yeah,
okay, moving on from Paul then. That's your intro, Paul. Didn't even have a chance to big you up. And you've done that.
There's always next week. At least he's here.
Well, at the moment, yeah. And I don't know if he'll be here at the end of the race, but well. Here's Riley anyway. This is similar to his last livery, isn't it? Except the white bit's now black. And he's gone off the track nearly. He's lucky that stayed valid, but he would not have been happy with that turn 3, I'm sure.
I prefer this one to last season's. This was Riley, the most recent race winner in JACKOCAR.
Took him a while, didn't it?
But in Brazil.
Eventually, he let the challenger fight all happen behind him, and he went on to have a truly dominant performance, to be fair. It was a great drive, and it was something that we'd been waiting for all season. He just has to get that a little bit earlier this season, and he might well be fighting for the championship at the end of it. I could see him as a genuine contender if he keeps the form up. At the minute, though, he's not particularly fast, and that's a rubbish line through turn 12.
He's going to be the first one at turn 12.
And you know, he saved it. That's just crazy. I have jinxed that a little bit, though. As soon as I start bigging up his title contention, he does that. But save of the season might have already been had there. That was... How many attempts? Because he's on the wheel, isn't he? So you can imagine how physical that would have been. He would have been absolutely sawing at the wheel, literally. Trying to save that thing.
It's not a short track, so he's not expected to do well here as he comes up to the line.
Yeah,
it's going to be slow.
It'll be P7, won't it? Yes, P7.
Yeah. Right, the young Dexter. I always say the young, because he says I call him old too much.
Dexter's goes on here.
Yep.
That's not good for Dexter. Dunno. But no one's been to a turn 12, but Dexter very nearly did.
Dropped it on that outside curb, what you mentioned earlier. This is the ERT colours, by the way, the dark blue with the silver.
Right.
It's almost a gradient black or a very dark grey, isn't it?
Yeah, it all sort of blends together, doesn't it? It's trying to be, yeah. Reminds me a bit of the 2014 Williams testing livery a bit, which is just blue, but it's a very good Williams blue. Looks better in the sunlight there at turn 1, but it's a nice enough livery, I guess. Here is OKK. Pretty sure we've seen this livery before, haven't we?
Not in these colours, which is once again One Hub and JACKOCAR.
Yes. I'm sure we've seen that colour scheme from someone, haven't we?
We saw it from Camo Babo in the Championship 5. And also TC had a red version of it, didn't he?
It's just colours over coal saying, that's all. But anyway, he's gone P4 with those colours. Jordan is alive, in fact he's going purple. And as you can see, he is in his Season 1 colours. The colours that I liked very much. So he must be doing this for me and me only. Obviously.
No one else likes green.
No one likes green. Northern Ireland. Oh, that's just horrendous, isn't it?
That's what happens if you put green on. You can't validate your lap.
Yeah. Maybe you should go for pink next time. I like pink as well. Unless it's Calm last week, which was just simping, but for a good was it good? Debatable. So, some people frown upon it. I don't know. Anyway, this isn't pink, is it? From Risky.
Cherry red.
I like this. I do like it. Did he earn it though?
No.
Hate it.
Awful.
Awful, isn't it? It is really nice though. I must say, it's yeah, nice wee colour scheme that. Hopefully he keeps it all facing in the right direction though, but the red works. I can say that. Makes for a good on-board shot, doesn't it? You won't get bored of that view, I'm sure.
No, that is one of the better ones.
But will he have a good lap time to go with the nice car? Let's see. It comes through the last couple of corners. Tell you what, with the soft tyres as well on the car, massive understeer the last corner, but that whole livery and the tyres, it just works.
Oh yeah.
The red D rating though, he might not want the red D rating for the whole season as he goes P6. Shock of the season, really, you could argue, for Risky. Just that's whole second half of the season for him. I'm sure he'll be hoping to replicate that.
Great run.
Here is Pete.
Season 1 champion. This is Leicester City blue.
Let's look at the orange then. Did he not have gold available?
I think there's orange for the Foxes, isn't there?
Yeah, but I mean, the Leicester...
You should know that, being a football fan.
Don't the Leicester kids have gold on them though, as well? You know, why not just go
Yeah,
the whole
when they were
hard-
champion, about half a decade ago.
Hold on, let me look up the kit. No. There's gold on it. Sorry, this is a complete tangent.
Of course, being an Arsenal fan, you wouldn't know a lot about football, so I guess that explains why. As Pete goes P2, a 1:19.6, very close to Khalifa's time.
Yeah, there's
Looks like we're gonna have the same
gold
front
on
row
it.
as last
Stick
season.
the gold on it, man. I know I ask
He's representing
every...
the Foxes, isn't it? Come on.
Don't get a Foxes are flaming yellow on the badge, I swear. He's done it completely wrong, and I'm an Arsenal fan, so I really shouldn't care. That's just how much I care about football. He's got it completely wrong. Anyway,
I like
sorry.
it, Pete.
Just it's horrendous. But anyway, here comes Camo Babo. It's vibrant, isn't it?
Championship 5 material. Very bright. P10 though.
Goes 10.
What about the Iceman? Last season's chase champion.
Similar colours to last time for him. Nothing really new to see here. Although I wonder if it's black instead of white now. It was white last season, wasn't it?
I think so. It's actually the template he used in the Championship 5, but he's taken the purple and the gold away.
Yes.
Back to blue. Put Iceman to the line. 7. Solid.
Right, well we are actually at the big guns now.
Yeah.
Who's next to go? Is it Kyle
Smith.
to go? Right, let's
The
see
man.
what he's got.
You like a stat, don't you, Owen?
Yes.
If Kyle had raced in any other league last season, he would have been champion.
Don't you just love to see children fail? Way to rub it in for the guy. And to make matters worse, I've got to say I'm not a fan of the livery compared to last season's one.
No?
I don't know.
This is better than last season's.
I preferred the red for
It's
him
not as
last
iconic,
season.
I'll give you that, but
It just
we'll grow
feels
into it.
feels more like a base livery, you know. The last one was like a better. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I don't really compare it to last one.
P4.
P4. Here's Arnold. I wonder what this is meant to be. Is it?
I think it's the darker version of Dexter's, isn't it?
It just is, isn't it? Is it just the reverse colours? They've literally gone just reverse colours on it.
I think so. I think so.
Talk
This
about
is the
originality.
RT at it again.
Arnold, I'm disappointed. I used to know you for your liveries. We all used to know you for your liveries.
He was very good.
He was great
He's
with
dropped the Belgium colours.
You've abandoned your country, and now... Oh, I think I'm lagging. I think it's my fault, that one, or did you have it lag as well?
Oh, I think he just went off, didn't he?
Did it? Yeah, he went
Be
P3.
great.
And here's Jamie, doing the classic...
Champion.
Doing the classic, choose the other tire, because why not?
Because he wants a KFC, that's why.
He wants a KSC, so yeah, he wants that P11 spot. Then if he wins the race from outside the top 10, he gets a £10 KFC voucher. I don't know why this is a thing.
It is a thing, and it applies to everybody who starts any race this season outside the top 10.
Well, Jamie's going to be looking for the KFC because he's invalidated the lap and his championship defence is going brilliantly.
Great start.
I shouldn't celebrate, obviously, but as you know, I like watching Phil. He likes watching me, Phil. What can we say? He's gonna finish the lap, I guess.
He's not gonna improve anything.
Oh, he's gonna. Well,
that's a
yeah.
goal.
First accident of the season now goes to Jamie.
Yep. So everybody from Brandon down. If they win, they will also win a KFC.
I'm sure Brandon will be absolutely thrilled with that. I'm not even kidding. He wants his KFC. Who was it? Was it Corey you said was on the Joker?
Yep.
Maybe that will work outside the top 10 better than inside the top 10. Because at one stop, it should be alright. You can probably block your way to a victory round here.
I think he did a bit of practice earlier on. He pulled it off.
Oh, I'd hope so. You do need to practice for the Joker because some people just get it completely wrong, don't they? But here is the grid. Khalifa on pole from Pete, Arnold, Matter, Kyle, Red Matt, okay, Sam, Iceman, and Risky the top 10, all separated by under a second. Once upon a time, we had 5-second gaps between the top 10. Every season, the grid just gets more and more competitive. And then we'll go for the rest of the grid. Well, on the formation lap. 15 of you, by the way. We never really say hello to the chat very much anymore. Mainly because I have the grid in front of me. But I shall say hello to the chat for now. How are you doing? Hope you're all having a lovely Thursday. And is it me, or does that look like rain might be a possibility at some point, Jacko?
Yeah, it's on that sort of lighting within the game where it could go either way, isn't it?
Yeah. Because, quali started this way, but very quickly became sunny. But hopefully, for the sake of entertainment, it goes the other way.
Well, we prefer mixed conditions, don't we, as opposed to just a straight-up wet race.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, give it like 8 or 9 laps. Just make them really confused on the strategy. We'll see what tire they go for. Obviously, most of them would be starting on the sauce for a 2-stop. But rain could affect that. I don't know how it would actually, mind you. But we'll see what tires they'll start on. Maybe Corey would be the best one to look at actually, but we're saying nothing at the moment. We're just waiting for everyone to get ready. Is that because they've now seen the weather forecast and are slightly panicking? I hope so. Have we got formation, by the way?
I hope so.
We better do, yes we do. Sorry, we know F2 had many issues. Everyone's on the soft by the looks of it. In the top 10 anyway. Yes, everyone in the top 13 in fact is on the sauce. And then, hello.
This is the same front row as last season, by the way. Just throwing it out there. And we know what happened last season. Khalifa drove away from Pete and dominated.
Let's not hope that happens again, yeah? Let's have a bit of a race. Mind you, do I really want Pete to win after that abomination of a livery? I don't know. I don't know.
It's a very good livery. Foxes are orange.
If you're going to do a Leicester kit, do it properly. You know? Just shocking. Anyway.
Sorry, as you were.
Yes, there are 5 drivers on mediums. And they are Dexter, Riley, Cashman, Corey, and Paul. Rest on softs. No one goes near the hards. I don't expect anyone to go near the hards. Probably not even Corey. Well, I guess it has to actually Corey, doesn't it? Unless it rains. Which it could do, because it does look like it's imminent. But we never know. We never really know.
We don't know a lot, do we?
Yeah, because they never give us a forecast, you see. Someone at Codemasters thought, you know what they really don't need? The weather forecast. I mean, mind you, in real F1, yes, it's wrong most of the time, but it'd be nice to have it. Instead of showing us the strategy, I mean, give us a weather forecast.
Much more colourful grid this season compared to last.
Yeah, so we'll get a good shot of them as they all head towards the grid. As Khalifa rounds that last corner. Lots of fans, that's realistic. All lining the stands. We've got tons of people looking forward to this one. And yeah, season 3 is about to get underway as we wait for the last few cars now to come around that last corner and get themselves lined up on the grid. A lot to look out for today. There's debutantes, there's people out of position. We always see it around Australia, we always see good racing. Very much looking forward to getting the season started. And we are getting the last 2 cars lined up on the grid. And we are now waiting for the lights to get season 3 underway. Where are the lights? Here we go. We've got Khalifa on the right on pole, and we've got Pete on the left in second. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing in Australia. And it looks like a really poor start for Pete. He might get swamped there and towards turn 1. How many are going to go past him? At least one around the outside. Onto the grass, actually, I believe Arnold was as he went by, but I believe he's got through okay. Some yellow flags. There is a car off. Don't know who that is because the order's having a mare, unfortunately. I want to hazard a guess that it might have been. Well, there's so many black cars, I've no idea who it was, frankly. I'm not even going to try and guess until the order sorts itself out. But at the front, anyway, it was clean enough, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, oh.
Ah, it's Dexter. Dexter.
Was it?
Yeah, Dexter it was.
Just seen Paul McGuinness get shunted into the wall.
Oh dear.
Can't quite see who put him there, as we have our first VSC of the season.
Yeah, you can see half his front wing's missing, Paul, and the car behind as well, Cameron Babbo. So it's really annoying that. I do apologise, we couldn't really keep up what was going on with that start because of the order. It really just... It's annoying that, because apparently Khalifa is leading from Arna now. It does appear to have fixed itself. It just sort of meant I had no idea what I was watching on that first lap.
Dexter, no damage, by the way. It's just an off there. I didn't catch it.
Yeah, I didn't see it much. All I knew is there was a car on the map that went, and apart from that, I wasn't really aware.
These early pit stops, Owen.
Well, they've got to do a 2-stop today, and virtual safety car, it's a perfectly reasonable opportunity to pit.
Oh, Pete almost went into the back of Arnold.
Looks like the rest are going up to full speed now, so we are surely going towards green. Oh, now they're braking again. They're clearly expecting the green flag, but it's not coming yet. There we go.
There it goes,
Took its time. It felt like they weren't quite expecting it to be that long. But we are away again, so Matter is now the race leader, but the guys that pitted have a real advantage. Is the safety car rule still a thing?
Oh yes, and it's a thing for the entire season, not just the playoffs now.
So it really is a fantastic move for those who pitted. We've now got everybody from 13th down in the pit. So even though Paul McGuinness and Cam Webber have had nightmarish starts, they have still got a chance. Everyone's got a chance. It's JACKOCAR. So as long as you're in the running, you can still win it. Just ask Risky. But it looks like Matter is keeping it clean out front. He's pulling a gap to Red. Matt wants to be clear to DRS, of course. And he is a second clear.
Some would say the front three, with their inexperience, they're only out here because they don't quite know the system, but they might have their own plans in their head. But certainly a good move from Khalifa and Arnold and Pete and Co. Everybody down, all the way back to Paul back. But I'm really interested to see what the four rookies and also Matter as well can do.
Well, yes,
Seems to be a move for KK further back.
KK, yeah, on the inside of Cam, that's going to be contact, but Cam does stay ahead in 5th place. Kyle is going around the outside of Sam for P3. Is he going to get that one done? Lots of contact on the way in, but we know we're allowed to do that in JACKOCAR. And it looks like Kyle knows the rules a bit better than Sam, but Sam's going right round the outside, and it's not going to make it easy for Kyle at all to get by. I'm sure Kyle thought he had that one done.
Yeah, Flexi's car's so loose though, I'm noticing on Kyle's POV.
Yeah, very nearly lost it. Must have dipped the wheel into the grass or something. But Kyle is certainly really wanting to get past and past soon. As Sam gets onto the grass again, and you can see Kyle is burning all his ERS doing this. This probably isn't the most clever move in the world because Sam has just been saving it up. And well, Kyle sort of has to get by here, or else all this will have been sort of for nothing. And I'm expecting a bit of a dive here, but he's not close enough. He's now nearly out of the DRS. Khalifa and Dexter were going for it there. And that is Khalifa ahead. So that is the first of the cars that haven't pitted. That's been cleared now by Khalifa, so we'll keep our eye on the ones he continues to do that to. And look at that, Kyle has in his run out of ERS. And do you know what? Red Matt's actually lost a whole second on that lap to matter. So Flexi, Sam is now going to be looking at getting him. Kyle might not be a priority anymore.
Flexi had a cracking drive in the test race on Monday. Had problems with penalties at the end of the race, but it certainly showed what he can do. Meanwhile, the other rookies of Jake, Red Matt, and the other one, Brandon, they all struggled.
Oh.
So I think Sam...
Paul McGuinness has become the first to go at turn 12 in a safety car as a result. And that is great news if you pitted early on. Unless you're Paul, who binned it. And that means Camo Babo is back. That means Cam Babo then is back in the running. That's what I say. You think that you're out of it in JACKOCAR and suddenly Camo Babo sits running what a net 7th that would be for him? Net 6th? What would that be? First,
something
second,
like that.
Yeah, 7th place. So, yeah, pretty handy that. Now, who's going to forget? Who's going to forget the rules? Who do we think?
Eyes on the rookies, that's what I'm going to say.
Eyes on the whole top 3 maybe, see what they do?
I think they all know. I think everyone's well aware. But you might just get one. They
might have been put off by the people playing on the virtual safety car now. Ah, Red Man's been speeding. Oh dear, we're riding with him. And that's a drive-through penalty, so that's a disaster. But no one is pitting. Thank goodness for that. We seem to know our rules, people.
I don't think anybody's got any damage either, so there's no reason for anybody to go down the pit lane.
Yeah, none of these deliberate tactics that I kept, suggesting for last season. They're all playing fair.
Such bad luck for Dexter, who's technically P19 at this point.
Well, he was
in the middle of the net race leaders.
He was there anyway, though, wasn't he? After the incident at turn 1, it all went wrong for him there. Didn't pit under the virtual safety car, did he? I don't think he did. Well, did he? No, he didn't. He couldn't have. So, yeah, shame that for him. But luckily, if you're watching the F2 streams, you'll know that these safety cars took forever. They wouldn't take nearly as long here, because F1 cars are just quicker, and the field will actually catch. It's just better, and it won't take 4 or 5 laps to get a safety car done. We lost half of the Silverstone feature race to safety car, so don't have to worry about any of that today. Should be in by the end of the next lap, all being well. That is 2 of our slots taken up already.
Yeah, lap 5. Just a few regular faces in the chat. You got Kieran Shaw, who was there in Brazil, cheering on Iceman. Yuri's back in the chat. I've seen him in the Cup Series this season. And I see in Jordan's girlfriend also. Shout out if you are watching.
Jordan.
Nothing better to do during these COVID times.
Yes, Jordan, of course, we're still trying to sort of figure out whether having a girlfriend does actually make it perform any better or not on the track. On the track. But he is the lowest runner on the softs, so I guess not. Again, on the track.
He has good days and bad days. He's a very fast driver.
Yeah. But, we're lonely, we've got to make sure, Anyway, yes, the joke probably is a bit dead now, isn't it? I really should think of something funnier to say from now on for Jordan. What team is this based on? Sheffield Wednesday?
Say again, sorry?
What did we say in season 1 that the Liverpool was based on Sheffield Wednesday? Can we make fun of that?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. Right, how about we just don't make fun of them actually? I've had enough. I can't find any more jokes to make fun of drivers with, so.
Camo Babo has caught up to the back of the pack now, so this should be our final lap under safety car.
Yeah, like I say, they're very quick.
Unfortunately, with that driver penalty to serve, as well as 2 pit stops.
Yeah.
Just got to stay in it.
That is a nightmare for him, but again, just got to make sure he stays in it. anyone pit as safety car goes in. We've seen that a few times this season. I sort of doubt it because, well, if they pit now, they're guaranteed to be behind all of the drivers that pitted early. But if they go for 3 or 4 laps, if they can on the tyres, then they might jump a couple. They've got to think about this, these leaders, because if they pit straight away, well, they've lost, haven't they?
Yeah. And that is what we saw in Brazil last season. That's what ended up costing Kyle the title. Pitted straight away after the safety car went in.
Well, sped into the pit lane.
And then sped into the pit lane.
Really, an annoying way for him to lose that championship, it has to be said. I'm sure he's still kicking himself for it. I'm sure he won't appreciate us mentioning it either on the stream, but well.
And it's not like us to bring up old stuff either, is it? We've never mentioned the safety car at Monaco. We've never mentioned the big pile up at Singapore in season 1. Once it's happened, it's happened. We never mention it again.
Yeah, exactly. Never mentioned that one in Spa either.
No, that big crash that we're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah, under legal threat from a man with a dodgy hairline. Anyway, safety cars in. Risky and Kajman have got 5-second penalties for collisions. Now, who's going to pit? Is anyone going to pit? Oh, the Matter's nearly spun off. And he's done it again! And here we go, side by side. Red Matt has to hold off on the front, and he's doing so. That might help Sam. Red Matt being very clever there and not passing. And Matter's gone off again. And Sam's going to get the 2 of them here if he can, but there just wasn't quite enough room. What a calamitous restart for Matter. He's like he forgot to heat the tyres up or something.
He's under pressure from Cam now as well. The American driver.
Down the inside. Sorry to interrupt. There goes Brandon up into
Corey's
P5.
Gonna follow him through.
Corey indeed does follow him through. Iceman again, another driver that was struggling to get the grip as Jamie goes around the outside there of Dexter. So a lot of action on that restart. And the tyres are still struggling and they're going to have a difficult time in turn 12.
We had 4 pitters under that restart as well. Kyle, AKK, Riley and Risky, who's actually still there in the pit lane.
Yeah, and you can see where they've ended up. They're nowhere. So that's why the rest didn't pit. But now Sam sees himself as the net race leader because, well, inevitably, Red Matt will pit. Matter. Has he gone again on those tyres? He has indeed. Don't think he's hit anything. We haven't really got much of a good angle to tell, though. He's been disqualified. Game sometimes puts out safety cards for that, but I hope it doesn't. As Khalifa goes round the outside of Jordan and is up into 7th place. Looking pretty comfortable for the win, it has to be said, at this stage.
I can do about that, by the way.
Yeah,
the right thing, waiting for everyone in the game punishing for it.
Well, in fairness, he was constantly creeping though. He wasn't stopped still. I think that's sort of what got him there. Silly stuff from the game now, but the game is the game, you know. We've complained enough about it. People get annoyed at me complaining about the game now, so I'm technically not allowed to anymore.
We'll leave it.
We'll just leave it.
Top 5 is currently filled with 3 rookies and 2 reserves from last season.
Yes, and all 5 of them are in a bit of trouble because they can all see Khalifa's progress. And it's really good progress. I mean, he's really good because he's got Jordan between himself and Arnold as well. That's a good cushion. And Khalifa does look pretty good for the win at the moment, but as we've said a million times, it's never over until it's over. In fact, it's barely started.
8 laps in, 21 to go.
Anyone going to pit on this lap then? Let's find out. Top 2 have pulled away from Cam, and Brandon will pit. Corey will stay out, of course. He's on the Joker, actually. So, in fairness, he's actually net leader.
Yeah,
he is actually net leader. Yeah, sorry, forgot about that one.
Both of us did, not a problem.
But the thing for him will be that obviously he will probably end up on the hards at the end compared to Khalifa, who'd be on the softs. And so that would be what we'd have to look at. I did say Corey might end up finding himself blocking his way to victory today if he were to win. And that does look like it's going to be what he might end up having to do, because it's not the easiest track to overtake on, and he's going to have a lot of DRS pressure on him if he stays leader.
Shall we bring up that classic stat from Rory as well?
Let's go for it.
3 Cup Series races that he's competed in between season 1 and 2, with an average finish P19. Has not finished a Cup Series race as yet. So hands down Cam, a little bit of loose out of 12.
Really giving it some, isn't
he?
he?
Both of them. He is.
But he's not going to find a way past Cam. Doesn't really need to push, but I guess he's thinking more about if he gets stuck here, then Khalifa will be on him. That's what he's got to worry about. But just be careful on your penalties as well. Don't push too hard and get the penalties. Most drivers will get penalties today. If you manage to avoid the penalties, you could be in for a good result as Cam does pit. Leaving Sam and Redman as the only 2 not to pit yet, who were on the softs at the start, I believe. Oh, Sam, that looked very slidey from him.
So slidey.
And he's going to lose a lot of time to Corey, who honestly was pretty good in Bahrain for the F2 stuff, so he is good at winning season openers. It's just the rest of the season where it all falls apart for him.
And don't forget, a win here, whoever does it, gets him straight into the playoffs in 10 weeks' time.
He gets into the playoffs, he gets a KFC voucher, he gets everything. Unless he gets the
He would also get 10 playoff points as well, because it would be a Joker win.
Oh, indeed, but look at that. Nearly contact, but he's through him into the lead. Corey easily passes Sam. That's just how much those soft tyres have gone off, really.
About 10 minutes before the qualifying started, he said, "We're not allowed to slander him during this race." At the moment, he's not giving us a reason to.
Not giving us any reason to slander. He's winning the race as it stands, and that's all he really wants to do. That's all we really want to see from him. As Khalifa now gets by Flexi Sam as well, I wouldn't be at all surprised. That's en route to the pit lane, indeed it is.
Yeah.
How's Redman doing? He's still on his soft as well. His can't be looking too good. I do wonder if that means that maybe at the end of the race, soft might not be looked at too well. This is how they fall apart. We'll, I guess, see when we get there. But yeah, didn't look particularly comfortable. The 10 laps, actually, now scratch that, because mediums could probably do about 12, 13, so you wouldn't have to do 10 laps on the sauce at the end. So actually, yeah, they probably would still go for them.
Yeah.
But there we go then. We got to fight for the lead on merits as well. It is Khalifa and Corey. You see, the thing is actually, there's only 1 lap difference in the tires, so actually...
Yeah. I was just thinking that to myself, actually.
Oh, yeah, I'm just thought... Yeah, hold on a minute. Khalifa's not on a normal strategy here. He did pit extraordinarily early. You know,
so we have a straight-up battle here.
This is a straight-up fight. There might not be any tyre advantage anywhere at the end of this fight. It's not going to be a soft versus hard. If anyway, it'll be a hard v hard or soft v soft. No middle ground. Although Khalifa can go for mediums again. Corey can't. Because he's obviously already on them and he hasn't been on any other compound, so he can't take 2 mediums. So maybe there will be, but it won't be as drastic as I thought it might be.
Yeah, the only man out there with any sort of tyre advantage at the moment is Risky down in P18, who's made his 2 stops, but there's no way he's getting to the end.
Yeah, it doesn't look likely, does it?
It's anybody's race if it becomes a tyre life race.
Here comes Jimmy. Bit of contact with Pete, and goes a little bit wide as well, but the move is done. Up to P4.
Chasing 2 champions, that.
Chasing R9, and R9, well, he's not really got the pace, has he? He's not really showing anything at the moment. Hasn't got any damage on him, he must just be struggling on this track.
Did get a podium here in Season 1. The very first podium, alongside Kamababo and Okeke.
Yeah, it's one of the...
A long time ago, that.
A classic, that one, wasn't it? The first ever race of this league, and what a cracking race it was. Sam went for softs when he pitted, and so that's why you're seeing him siving through his rivals. Passing Brandon, nearly contact between them, but he is clear. And he'll be after Kyle next as well, so Yeah, he's making use of the new tyres.
On the watch.
Look at him, easy. Easy on Kyle. He's going to make this look so easy. And I'm sure Kyle probably knows. Actually, Kyle's got front wing damage. So that makes it even easier. I don't know where he's got that from. But Kyle, after the disappointment of Brazil last season, well, he's not having to deal with a race where he's sitting 10th of a broken front wing.
Next to Pets.
His first stop, isn't it, that?
Yep, he's the last one of the 2 stoppers.
Here comes Brandon and Cam now, both closing in on Kyle. You'll see from the chicane just how much Kyle would struggle, I'd imagine. Nah, not that bad actually. I expect him to be a bit slower, but he's actually alright, to be fair.
Is that just a bit of yellow or light green wing damage?
Obviously, you've got your Taz, I can't put it up because then...
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, it's been a...
We do forget we have it. Every time I try to use it, it just has a mare on me, so... We can get an exact percentage, can't we, on damage?
Yeah, it's actually 25% on that right front end plate that he's got.
Yeah, so he will feel that. Certainly through the faster
is
corners.
Yellow damage, actually.
Yes, that would be.
What I like about this season, Owen, is the TAS system. It shows you what colour damage each driver has.
Nice.
So, like, Pete in P5 has 12% damage on his front end, front right end plate there, but it's only light green.
Yeah,
so, you know,
so it's not visual,
going to be a bit slower, but it's not major, yeah. And also with the tyres as well, you can see they go from green to yellow to orange and then red. So obviously Dexter right now has the best tyres in the whole field. Those solid green tyres. And then the worst tyres currently are Corey.
Yes. What are the tyres looking at for Corey then? What colour are we looking at?
The 2 on the left there, 48%.
Okay, so they've got a good few laps in them then.
Yeah.
He will do more than half the race. Maybe he will do medium to soft. Maybe we'll get soft be soft. Oh dear, that was a massive corner cut.
Oh.
Penalty. Has indeed.
Yes, we're talking about him.
Yeah, it started.
The leaper behind him is at 44%, by the way.
Yeah, so they would be quite similar, having only 1 lap of difference. And safety cars, I mean, actually, yeah. Yeah, the safety car would mean that they'd probably have a few more laps that they wouldn't have before on them.
Who's going to be the first to make their second stop? Obviously, we're ignoring risky for the moment. It's down and out. But safety car would bring him back into it.
Yeah, the field has spread quite a lot because the safety car timing was pretty bad in terms of the actual race itself, in all fairness today. They just left some people out of position as we see OKK off the track. Broken front wing, grass all over his tyres. He's going to be into the pit lane with that.
It's a shame, good qualifying for him earlier today. He'll have some good results in this season, definitely. Looking to win in 3 seasons in a row.
Yeah. So, I mean, he was the first winner, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... What a shame.
February 17th or 19th? No, February 20th, wasn't it?
I can't honestly say I remember, actually.
February 20th, 2020. KK won at Australia.
Long time ago, that now.
So, we've had 3 lockdowns since then.
We're not done yet. But, yes. And 1 karting trip.
Yes.
I think that's the biggest achievement of all, really. We had 3 lockdown and somehow we managed to fit a karting trip in there. We should get a medal for
those
that.
listeners that weren't there, it was, of course, a socially distanced karting trip.
Just don't look up any of the pictures.
Yeah, don't look at the group photo.
They're not relevant. They're not relevant. In our defence, we were all clean. We were all healthy and stuff, so it's fine.
And
anyway.
nobody ended up with COVID either.
That's what I'm saying. We're all healthy. We're all good.
So,
By the way, Sam is now past Camu Babu as well.
It's fine.
He's loving those tyres.
I don't know how he's driving that car though, it's so loose still.
I'm guessing his plan is drive the hell out of these tyres and hopefully get to a virtual safety car or something. Like at the exact moment where he can pit. It's very different to what we've seen from others. I mean, you can see he's a good 5 seconds clear of Kyle now, for instance. You know, it's a good feel he was nowhere near before. Or he was closer to before.
Oh, and something we've not mentioned yet is, of course, the stage points. They were end of lap 7 and lap 13, so I think it's Matta and Corey who picked those up. Khalifa picked up the pole position playoff point.
Yay! I'm sure he'll be delighted. Not that he'll remember it exists. I wonder how many drivers remember it even exists, you know?
I don't know, the other ones that are available are, of course, 5 for the race win,
yes.
fastest lap, and 1 each for second and third place on the podium. Of course, if you win on your Joker race, you get an extra 5 on top of the race win 5.
I mean, Corey really is looking at. He gets a mukbang out of this. He gets all the playoff points he could ever want, and we don't get to slander him. This is like a perfect day for him so far.
Yeah,
it's not fair.
It's the playoffs. Means Khalifa has to come back next week and try again. Cut in the corner there. No warning, I don't think. I can check that.
Yes, you can check that.
Yeah, he's got 1 warning. Corey's on 4 with the 1 penalty.
We're talking about old ILR people. We've got Jack Goody now asking if I'm flying over the Atlantic. I don't think anyone's ever actually mentioned the Atlantic when it comes to the PlayStation. I mean, we're in Australia. There's probably other bodies of water you could have picked. Anyway, Iceman and Cam and Brandon are all catching the damage to Kyle. This should be fun. Kyle having a bit of a nightmare start to his season by the looks of it.
I'm looking at Jake currently hunting down Pete for P5 as he has a moment out of turn 2 there. Alpha Fair, season 1 champion up against a total rookie we know absolutely nothing about, Jake.
He likes Abu Dhabi, doesn't he? He's got the Abu Dhabi colours.
Yeah, he likes Abu Dhabi and he's good mates with OKK, that's about all I can tell you.
Brilliant. Right, let's cut back to the action because Brandon's going right around the outside of Kyle. A few people have done that around the outside of turn 4 today. Not a move I was expecting from really anyone, but there you go, we're getting it from everyone. And I guess that shows how much the damage is affecting Kyle in this one. He hasn't got any ERS either, which doesn't help. Because he's got Cam coming up next, and I'm sure he'll be all over him in a minute with his extra ERS as well. And Kyle's all over the grass too. He is not enjoying this for a moment. And Iceman just sitting, waiting in tow, ready to take advantage with yellow flags behind for Riley, we believe. Yep, he's reversing, doing a bit of a 3-point turn via the wall, and Khalifa and Jamie are into the pits before Corey, interestingly enough.
Very interesting.
For soft as well. Interesting. That's undercut.
We know softs can go to the end because Sam proved it earlier on.
But it definitely shows that, you know, Khalifa wants that undercut, and he's come out into a good track position. That might well be the race-winning pit stop. In fact, it almost certainly is the race-winning pit stop.
Has to be, yeah.
Unless, of course, Sam gets in their way. As in Khalifa's way. Because he's sliding about again. Look at that, his rear end's got a bit twitchy. Oh!
Let him go. He's more lose the time.
A certain Jack Gooding, sorry to bring you into this, but he once had a real go at me for letting Sam through the league race once. I think we should be as strict as that for Sam. Unbelievable.
This is Jack. You fight in this league. Come on.
Her. I can suddenly see why Jack was so angry at me. That's a disgrace to league racing. You are a disgrace. Ugh, what the... You've ruined the race.
Good enough.
You've ruined the race completely.
We wanted to see Khalifa in the wall. The leaders pit, Corey and Arnold are in.
It's true, it's true. We did. Right, here comes Corey then out of the pits. I don't really quite see how he's meant to beat Kyle out of here, and my internet has gone doolally. That's bad. That's really
still
bad.
up.
I don't think it is. Is it? Are we good? Oh, we're alive again. Hello.
Good, yeah.
Sorry, the internet decided it wasn't going to work.
Corey has come out behind Khalifa by quite a few seconds, 4 seconds in fact.
Jack, you didn't have to bring that bit up. Yes, I was also blocking everyone else in that race, but look, it was different. I was fighting for like P5, and Sam was... He ended up in the wall anyway. Well, I don't know how we're having this conversation. Anyway, Kyle's under even more pressure now. He's just having a nightmare, isn't he? He's just having a total nightmare. Mind you, Arnold probably isn't going to be... Well, he will be enjoying this, because as soon as he gets by, he'll be thinking, that was for Brazil. That should have been me in Brazil. I'm going to do it now instead. And just like that, he's done what he couldn't do in a whole race of Brazil. So, might clear his conscience. Here's Jamie, who's just here for the fun of it, as well. All the championship contenders, all in one spot. From last season.
Let's go back to Catchman. I know he's pitting right now, but race leader for a couple of laps.
Yes.
You know that about him. He can lead a race. Khalifa regains the lead.
Oh, Arnold's done it again, and he's into the side of Brandon. He's not going to like that. He's into the pit lane, actually, Brandon. Kyle just moves to the right-hand side. Oh, he sped as well. He's hit the polystyrene board. Brandon taking his anger out on the poor board there. And on himself. Front wing for Kyle, who will fall outside the top 10, I would imagine, with that now. Yes, he does. Unfortunately, Khalifa's sort of running away with this one again, isn't he?
He is, of course.
Oh, hold up, what's going on here? Right. That's a turn 3, and Riley is just... Oh, no. Riley was trying to pass Risky. There is the car of Redman that's gone off.
It's only a VSC.
Don't quite know what he's done. I must assume he's gone for a move on somebody, and it's gone wrong. I'm trying to find anyone who's got some damage, but I can't really see anything. Might have just been him into the back of someone rather than someone into the side of him or whatever. Maybe he is the only one to be affected by that.
Yeah, Dexter and Brandon are currently the only 2 drivers out there with damage.
Right, so they must have all...
Riley's tyres, by the way, in a high 50%.
Oh, I think Risky's had a bit of a bad restart. Look at this. We've got Riley, we've got Iceman, and we've got Brandon all there. That's, yeah, very close. It looks like Iceman wants to get by Riley. Does Riley see him? Does Risky see both of them? Are we going to go 3 wide? Oh, that was a lot of contact. And Riley, he turned in so early. I'm assuming that Risky was leaving the room, for the car on the inside, and just Riley wasn't at all where he was there, even though he was just defending him a couple of moments before. And oh no, even more, that might be a safety car. Risky tried to pull into the pit lane and he went into, I think, Camu Babo. Will that be a safety car? It has to be a safety car, that, surely.
We need one.
We badly need one, don't we? Yeah, virtual. It doesn't.
VSC.
It's just not the same, is it?
So drivers can still pit under VSC. So Pete leaves the session. Water is wet.
Yeah. That water's never really come, has it? The rain.
No. So
it's just
stayed
been
overcast.
A dull, miserable day, but none of the miserableness. I can't believe that wasn't a safety car.
I'm just going to point this out. Corey has closed seconds on Khalifa in this VSC period.
Yeah, it looks like he's on the throttle again. Looks like we're going green again in a moment. Will anyone speed? I judged by that heavy braking from Corey that he was going to speed.
He's on the delta, isn't he? There we go. Green flags.
Green flag. I think he might be a bit annoyed by that one, Corey. He looked close to nailing that perfectly, but then he just had to back it off at the end. So Sam is trying to get by. Well, I guess. Well, he hasn't got a penalty, has he? How about the guys ahead? How many penalties? They've all got 3 seconds. So, in theory, P5's right there for him. He's already got it. Will he go by passing them though? We'll find out.
Everybody in front of him who has a penalty it's only 3 seconds.
Yeah. So
24. Yeah, it would be P5, as you say. Jay looks a bit further up the road.
Cam and Camu Babo. I do wonder if Camu Babo has a little bit of damage from, like I say, the contact from Risky, because Risky was trying to pit and he just turned straight into him. Obviously, these cars don't ghost. I hope Sam's aware that he is aware. As he tries to get by, well, the DC'd car of the Season 1 champion. And he is through into 6th place on the road.
So I've had a lot of questions over the past month or so from the new guys, so they should be fully up to speed with the rules. They've listened.
I mean, I've been the commentator for the last 2 seasons and I still don't know the rules, so...
I think you still don't know the point system.
I don't... Yeah, I know nothing. But, yes, we are already nearly at the end of the race, believe it or not. We've only got 6 to go. It's been a slow burner, but Corey is doing all he can to make it an entertaining finish. But that's probably by using all the ZRS, some of which is there still, only 10%, while Khalifa's got a solid 45%. But in other words, enough. And he's also got no penalties either, Khalifa. So he's certainly looking to start Season 2, or Season 3, well, his second full season, in style. By winning at a track he actually won it in Season 2.
Yeah, he wasn't here for in Season 1, that's why he didn't win it. If Khalifa does pull this off, it'll be his 7th win in total, which would put him back to the top of most wins leaderboard, ahead of Kyle on 6.
Corey, fastest lap. That's what you want to see. Remember, you can bump and barge as much as you want here. I'm sure we're going to see Corey do some of that. Let's have a bit of a dive bomb at some point. Just don't go flying or anything. We know he's got previous around here, obviously. So I'm sure that's etched into his mind every time he goes to that section of the track. But yeah, he's just got to try and find his way by. He's got to pass and then make 3 seconds. It's quite the big ask. But if anyone can do it, you know.
There's good news for the ELT team as well, as it's currently a 1-2-3 as Corey closes in just that bit more on Khalifa.
Khalifa was all over the show in turn 11. He seems to take 2 or 3 attempts to get into the corner. Maybe already feeling the pressure. But not using his ERS yet. I do wonder if Corey actually would be better and wiser to start saving the ERS when he's using his DRS. Because he'll still close in enough with his ERS, just means he'll have the ERS there to use. But he's using all the ERS he can. Might not be the best tactic for him. Or maybe, like I say, he will just go for the dive bomb and run, basically. It's going to be a hit and run to try and win this race. 13 seconds to Arnold. They really are. They're just dominant drivers today, these two. Arnold, of course, the reigning F2 champion now, isn't he? So,
a man who finished 2nd last season ahead of the current champion as well. So, Khalifa returning and Corey with his full-time seat, showing that they really are that much better, certainly around Australia.
Right, I think this might be it here for Corey. Is he going to try and pass Khalifa here? I think he used some of the ERS at Khalifa. I think he sort of felt that Corey might try that. DRS, though, is the big opportunity. Oh, he's gone wide. Oh. He's gone wide. He'll be kicking himself there, Corey. That was a real chance. He's run out of time now.
Region, though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's, you know, a pass on lap 26 is a lot. It gives you a lot better chance, you know, on the pass on lap 27, you know. He's got to make this count. Obviously, Khalifa's tyres are 1 lap older. That could be the difference in the end. But Corey again closes in on Khalifa. Gets close towards turn 1, has a look on the inside, but doesn't do anything as of yet. There's a lot of dirty air, which doesn't help for the chicanes, does it? As the Iceman gets a 3-second time penalty. Sam's fallen outside the 5-second range. Or the 3-second
Iceman
range.
joined the club. Loads of penalties today.
Let's say Sam now no longer on for 5th. So that suggests that Jake has some pace as well. Just again, I think today was sort of decided by the virtual safety car at the start, wasn't it? And that's what got him up there. If he has good qualifying.
And hang on, Owen, another penalty for Corey. It's 6 seconds now.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, let's just watch something else then. Because Kyle is on the inside of Camaro Bravo, fighting away, and he's into 10th place.
Jordan, the only man without a warning at the moment, let alone a penalty.
I've understood that for Camaro Bravo. I wonder if he has some sort of damage or something. See, Corey's still got to try though, because if he gets pie and then Khalifa gets a 3-second time penalty, as Jamie picks one up, you know, then he could suddenly have a chance of winning if Khalifa's tyres struggle on the last lap. He's got to make sure he's still in this. And I'm sure he's pushing like mad, but it's just not coming off for him. Because he's not close enough thanks to the chicanes in the dirty air. It's something I've discussed quite a lot with a few people this year from the scale, is that the bigger issues are the dirty air on these tracks, and it's you know, realistic, isn't it? I mean, in real life, it's the same problem. The dirty air messes it up, and that's what's affecting Corey at the moment. And it is looking like it's going to be a Khalifa win.
And Khalifa, if he wins, saving me £10. KFC's going to have to roll over to another week.
Yeah, this is sick. Now, there's no way I can win the KFC, is there? Let me just check here.
No, actually, I've run the numbers.
There's nothing for a commentator anymore, is there?
No, I don't get anything.
Good point, but it is your league.
Hey, I won the NASCAR championship the other day.
Well, there you
I couldn't
go.
even give myself a prize.
But you did take the prize away from everyone else.
Yeah,
so
I did save myself some money,
in
actually.
theory, you had a net gain there, still.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably a little slow out that final turn, by the way. I think he's actually pulled away from him.
Yeah, I think he's trying
Yeah,
to give
about
it
half a
full.
second.
He's trying to give it full beans, but full beans just is not enough. As Sam now goes and gets himself a penalty as well. We are on the final lap, and Riley has just set the fastest lap down in 15th place. That's going to be music to Corey's ears. That
Pete's AI car. It's not AI, is it? He's back. I think he's just reset to track, Owen.
he's just left.
Has he?
What's happened? Yeah, he's just left right there, right now. Hopefully, for Khalifa's sake, he stays, because at the moment, the win and a place in the playoffs, Red Matter and Paul. Jeez, the stream really is behind, isn't it?
Yeah.
My goodness. Well, we're technically in the future here. We're talking to nobody.
Oh, wow.
That's magic. Anyway.
Hello, past viewers.
Hold on a minute, hold on. What does that mean then? Because if that's seriously as far behind as it looks, then we might just have to hold on for a second and not end the stream, because I do worry if I end the stream now, that last lap, which is only started now on my screen, will actually, they'll miss it. So we might just have to chit-chat about something for a minute. Just let the leaders cross the line, then we'll end it.
And you may as well stay to the results screen.
Yeah, well, we'll stay to the results screen, I guess. Don't really know if we've got much conversation. Got an iPhone coming tomorrow.
Oh.
Ooh. Got an XR.
Oh, so only 2 years behind then.
Well, I never want to go for the new ones, you know, because they're like
Okay.
unbelievably expensive. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Hey, there we go. It's caught up now. It's magically just gone ahead a lap. Right, there's the results screen on my screen. So I feel we're happy enough to end now. I flexed a little bit on my small budget. And that is it for the JACKOCAR Cup Series here for Season 3, Round 1. That was the Australian Grand Prix. I was Owen Wyatt. That was Jacko. And, yeah, safe travels. Not that it's legal. In some places. Most places. Still need to find the outro. A feat of